Welcome back to the channel, Manny B Investing MBI. And while we were doing our thing on the Singularity DAO live stream that I streamed that for a very good reason. I believe it's a really cool project, really interesting technology. Price point is pretty good right now. And I like the tokenomics, but we'll talk about that in a future video. Right now, we're looking at the Charli official Telegram group. There's some drama this morning, so I was looking at it. I thought it was really interesting. There was, a straight up FUD message, which was deleted, about how CardStarter is a scam and how Sunday Swap is a scam, et cetera, et cetera. Could be just, when the market is performing really bad for a lot of the top tokens, a lot of the stuff people got in, a year ago, 2 years ago. A lot of that stuff that had been pumping and made a lot of people a lot of money is like at all-time lows or close to all-time lows. So you're going to have a lot of very upset people, right? And they're upset in the performance of the market, which is kind of weird because no one has control over that really. So let's take a look here. Some of the tweet was deleted. I didn't see it, but it was basically Sunday Swap and CardStarter bashing or FUD or whatever you want to call it. So I was kind of looking at it and I'm like, this seems to have some kind of legs. Like this came from some place. So I might as well take a look at it. And my dog is right behind me licking. So hopefully you don't hear that. All right. Would be nice if you could elaborate. I know Sunday is having problems, a couple of issues as everyone's trying to use it at once. That is true. Cardano network load is like 90+% and has been for like almost 24 hours. If it were Sol, it would have shut down by now. But decentralized blockchains don't shut down. So, can we get some sort of official statement from C3 about the whole CardStarter situation? After all, C3 is one of the tokens involved in the liquidity mining that has now turned into a complete fiasco. Will C3 continue to work with CardStarter? If so, what is the justification? There is potentially a risk here of C3 being damaged by the association with CardStarter after how they've handled things today. And if you've been following me, I've done several videos on this about how CardStarter and C3 are connected and how and why. And if you notice C3 being on 8x, they kind of probably felt the same thing I felt. I thought CardStarter was a very interesting project, right? It's on ETH. They have a bridge, allegedly, that's being worked on by M Labs. There's no updates on it. No one's talking about it. I directly asked CardStarter in their Telegram channel about the bridge, and I was just told to watch the announcement channel. Well, if I were a holder of CardStarter, I'd be pissed. I don't like that answer. I think it's a weak answer. Hey, you ask a direct, legitimate question, and you're just like, watch the announcement channels. Okay, you haven't talked about any of these subjects since you've announced that there would be a bridge. I thought that was really, really strange. And I thought that was a really poor way of answering my question, is to just say, watch the announcement channel. I go to the announcement channel and I scroll and scroll and scroll and scroll. And honestly, the fact that M Labs is working on this bridge, I had to dig and find that information myself. There aren't even a basic level of detail on what CardStarter is doing. They're just kind of just like radio silent unless they're promoting new tokens on their Launchpad, which, I mean, looking at it, I don't know how anybody is really dealing with that. But we know what's up between Charli3 and CardStarter. Their train is not going to stop because of CardStarter. Let's just, I'm going to get that out of the way. Can we get some sort of, okay, we read that already. Can you link me to any write-ups on what happened? I am super curious about that situation. And full disclaimer, I do not hold any Charli. I do not hold any CardStarter. C3 tokens are part of a liquidity provision that has caused all the problems with CardStarter, and they will be a source of liquidity if C3 on SundaySwap. So at the moment, the two projects are still linked in a direct way. So yeah, we know, I've talked about this in a previous video about the Giro rumor, about the CNT rumor, that the only thing that they have connected to CardStarter is that their initial token sale, their liquidity for that is locked in a contract with CardStarter. So if they want that liquidity, they got to wait for their bridge. Let's see. He's behind that. Okay, appreciate the info. From what I have read, they weren't ready for that volume of transactions, and they are attempting to sort it. And I believe they can increase throughput by 2x. Okay, that's they're talking about SundaySwap. Bearing in mind the first smart contract app to launch on Cardano, that's not true. It is the largest. It's the first big boy. Can you link me anywhere? Okay, here's somebody else chiming in. There's nothing yet. Basically, CardStarter appears to have gone back on their promises about the benefits people will get from providing liquidity to cards, C3 and Giro to SundaySwap. From an announcement post earlier this morning, it looks like they're only going to pay out peanuts in rewards rather than the big windfall promised. Personally, I think a lot of the uproar it has caused is down to very poor communication, and that further rewards are coming. I don't know. But even if this happens, they've already done a huge amount of damage to CardStarter and all projects associated with it. That will be very hard to undo, as the trustworthy wolf, their community, has now been lost. That's an opinion, honestly. No, we don't know. Okay. My understanding is from the first post was that Sunday was a rug, but it absolutely isn't. The issue is with liquidity provisions and not living up to everyone's expectations set by cards. Although in my opinion, this is probably only due to the issues with Sunday's transaction speed. I don't understand what Sunday has anything to do with cards, and we're going to have to investigate further. Because Cardano is running at a massively conservative speed. Any project that is working with Cardano or building any kind of EVM or Haskell, there's no way they didn't know that SundaySwap is going to be a milestone in the overbearing the network. That just doesn't even make any sense to me. Why anybody wouldn't understand that? I understand that, and I don't have a project. So it looks like Charli chimed in. The reason ourselves and Giro are in those pools is it was a stipulation of being accelerator partners in the early days. Okay. We have had zero information from CardStarter on the working of the C-Swap rewards. We saw this news for the first time today also. That's not good. The only thing we know about the current liquidity migration is that it will be going to SundaySwap. But again, no information on what was to happen with C-Swap. We have not been working with CardStarter for months. That is crazy. Let's flame that one up. Thanks for the clarification on this. Much appreciated. Wow. That's crazy. Let's see if we got anything else. Launchpad is not the issue. They have launched quite a few very good projects. The issue is their very poor communication over C-Swap rewards and their deal with SundaySwap. These had nothing to do with the Launchpad side of their business. Okay, thank you for making that statement, because that's kind of what I was thinking just reading through this stuff. Because I read some stuff on Twitter that was really, really FUD. It was mixed with it was like frustration, FUD, and rightfully being upset about the lack of information, communication, and performance of the things that they invested in. So it's really tough to go on Twitter and read this stuff without like base knowledge or just a lot of common knowledge around crypto and how these things work, how launchpads work, how liquidity works, the deals between projects and the launchpads. So I wouldn't, if you don't have a lot of experience, I wouldn't go down those rabbit holes of reading that stuff. It's pretty toxic. Just like art is separate from the artist, a child should not be punished for the parent's actions. We are not CardStarter. We are an entirely separate team that has used them as a launch to grow our project. This is important information to be aware of, but please Don't falsely accuse C3 of wrongdoing just because of what somebody else has done. Completely agree. I think he's part of the project. I think that's one of the members here. So you didn't like me. I invested a lot of money in C3 because I trust this project a lot. And now this, oh my God. Let's go back down. Nothing CSwap related has any function towards C3. C3 is an oracle. It has nothing to do with CSwap. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. Super all explained. It's okay. I'm fine. Okay. Let's see. Deban, get out. All right. So that looks like Charli responded to that person. This person, I think they are part of the project. They spoke nicely. Basically kind of what I was thinking right away after reading a lot of this stuff on Twitter. But I do think we should take a look at it though. Let's switch over to Chrome here. Let's see what we got. Let's move this page on over. Boom. There we go. So I was looking at this post. Again, this stuff is extremely toxic, so be careful if you're going to drive down this rabbit hole. I'm just going to give you a little preview of what, kind of started this, probably more than likely. There's some stuff going on in the CardStarter Telegram or Discord, probably Telegram. The market is down bad, but CardStarter holders are having it even worse than us, it seems. Well, I could have told you this a month ago, 2 months ago, when you looked. CardStarter was like $70 a token, and people were buying it. You look today, it's like $5. And I looked and I'm like, dude, I don't even think it's going to hold at $5. It's probably going to start dropping even further. And I haven't even looked at it. Let's just look at it now. Let's see. Cards. $4. Man, I remember I was at my dog's vet appointment and I was looking at it and it was like $5. That was not too long ago. Yeah. It was a little over $5. So it was probably like around, no, it was a little, yeah, it was like around here. No, that's yesterday. What the hell? Let's go 30. Yeah. Yeah, it was around here, the beginning of January that was. So yeah, it was like right here. Then it pumped up and people probably were like, yeah, it's going back. And then no, and now it's lower than it has been in the last 30. Look at this, 30, 23.7. Sheesh. Let's look at these. Look, 20. Like even that's still low compared to, let's look at the max. Dude, people are going to just be pissed. Like people were buying, look at the volume. And then it just dies essentially. It's just, that's brutal, man. That is brutal. Brutal. What is the tokenomics? Total supply? Yikes. Man, that's bad. That is bad. I feel sorry for those people. But let's take a look. The public chat is wild. Crazy. Never trust. What? What? Sheesh. With the racism. That's racist, but I understand why you're angry. Sympathies, brother. Yeesh. Congratulations to all of us who are officially wrecked. Oh my gosh. To be honest, we're working really hard. I just saw evidence, the unofficial chat indicating Sunday card issue back in October, and yet still made us lock liquidity in a month afterwards. There's beginning to form shape a legal case of negligence. Don't steal, don't lie. You're damned for 6 generations. Oh my gosh. Dang, they even made a legal action telegram. Please ban. This is too much. Please report to police. Never mind getting banned. I think y'all need to cut the devs some slack. They are working hard for us. Have been fully transparent during the process. I believe Washington. attach to be stand-up guys, and no, they won't let us down. Man, how it started. I mean, this guy's he's a influencer, so yeah, he pushes different things. Do not buy anything crypto mentions. I think that's a little extreme because he mentions some good projects. I wouldn't take anyone's advice but my own, honestly. That's what I believe. I must be running in the right circles because I never heard of Sunday Swap or CardStarter. Okay. Then they're just attacking this guy. I don't really know much about him or what he's doing or whatever, but I completely understand that this is why they do these posts, because they know the majority of the people that are reading this have no idea what they're reading. CardStarter was rugged. I've been effed for 50K. Why do you have 50K, over 50K in these projects? I hold 19,500 cards with an average price of sheesh. That's you. You bought that stuff. No one put a gun to your head and told you to buy cards at $20. After I DCA each time the price went lower and lower. Again, personal choice. Believed in this project, plus 200K C-swap, which I mined, bought. So my total investment in cards is $400,000. And I truly believe that Sunday Dex will bring price of cards back to 20 mark at least. And we'll exchange C-swap tokens for Sunday. At the exchange rate, that will be exciting for everyone, as it was announced in the summer. Instead, I'm 320 down, and all IDOs haven't covered even half of that loss. Will there be any really good news someday? Crying. Oh my gosh, these people. It's a long, soft rug. The game is to keep this Ponzi running for as long as possible by responding with stock phrases. The game is up. This project reeked of every red flag in the space. There were detailed Reddit threads, on Twitter threads about the team's dishonesty. Don't fall for any of the promises by this team. They should be widely exposed. Imagine buying an ADA Launchpad on ETH. Oh, man. If you have money in any CardStarter project, please remove it. This is terrible. This is straight FUD. Please remove it now, because we were naive when they did the first rug pull. Please, I just lost 50,000 of my personal savings. Why are you investing your savings into projects in the crypto space? And I know people who lost 200,000. There's a guy said he lost 320 after other projects launched. We are currently planning legal action against this team for what? Which will involve IOHK and Sunday Swap. What do they have to do with CardStarter? The press will be informed about the scam. Oh my gosh, this is straight FUD. A lot of people have lost money. 99% of it since your announcement. You don't seem to dare much. I lost $200,000 on this based on falsehoods. I will wait and give the benefit of the doubt for 2 hours from now for a clarification update before I tag all influencers via Twitter. So these guys are just fudding, man. They're talking. Oh, the market's hit. The market's down. People are pissed. It's like, well, you leveraged your life to buy a crypto project. Doesn't make any sense. They're just steaming mad. This is just silly. Again, be careful. Oh, I'm sorry. People are losing money, but this is personal decision making. This is why we do what we do, right? I don't tell you to buy stuff. That's just not me. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to expose you to projects that I think are decent, things that I like, technology that I like. But I'm not like telling people to buy stuff. That's just crazy, because anything can happen. It's just sad. But again, just watch out, man. Watch out for this stuff, this FUD. If you're going to start creeping on this, on CardStarter, just understand there's so many upset people that are purely just mad because the market performance has been bad. The market's down, Bitcoin's hit. But again, I'm just different, right? When the people are asking like, how are you so calm? Like, because I'm not down I'm not down at all, honestly. My portfolio is in the positive even right now. Why? Because I don't buy things that other people tell me to buy. That is the main reason why my portfolio is the way it is right now. Is it at its maximum gains? Like, am I up really big? No, but I'm still in profit. Overall, I am in profit because, again, I diversify a little bit. I don't buy the stuff that other people tell me to buy. I don't buy everything that BitBoy tells you to buy. I sold my Bitcoin before it started to go down. I took profits on stuff. I got moon bags on a lot of things like ADA. Like ADA can go down to 25 cents and I'm happy. Why? Because my ADA is a moon bag. I made it. I pulled out my initial investment when it went to $3. While everybody told me I was stupid and that was dumb. And I invested it in CNFTs, which I sold like half of those and got all my money back. And I have a really decent collection that I personally like. And then Ethereum. And then I moved the Ethereum to Giro before it went down in the last crash here. So I make wise decisions. I take profits. I create moon bags. This is why I do what I do. I don't invest my savings. I don't sell my cars or sell my house to buy crypto. That's how you don't end up in these situations, by just using common sense. Why would you invest your savings in a startup? It makes no sense. All you see is the upside. Well, there's two sides of every coin. There's a yin and a yang. I'm sorry for getting passionate about this, but this stuff makes me so upset. These people are blaming everyone but themselves and their bad decision making. And it's just sick. And now they're so mad that they're not even blaming the people directly that they're involved with. They're talking about projects that launched on CardStarter. C3, Charli launched on CardStarter. They're working hand in foot with IOG, Giro. Giro's a wallet. What do they have to do with CardStarter's business? If anything, they're a victim like you, if the things that you're claiming are true. But me, I just do research. Surface level research told me at $5, CardStarter was a bad deal. And you know what told me that? When I asked them a direct question about something as simple as a bridge, they directed me to an announcement channel that had no information about the bridge at all. No one knows anything about the bridge. I had to do further digging to find out that they're not even developing it. MLabs is supposedly developing it. And I saw that those three things alone, plus the price movement, the fact that it was almost $100 and now it's closer to $1 than it is $100 right now. That was number one. Number two was the fact that, one, they're an Ethereum token launching Launchpad that locked liquidity and is kind of holding it for ransom from even the projects that launched on the Launchpad. But I'm not even going to get into that. Maybe they had a deal. Maybe they knew ahead of time and they're okay with that. Then that's fine if they agreed to it. If they didn't agree to that, then I'm extremely concerned about CardStarter. But what I am not going to do is start going and connecting dots between CardStarter or Launchpad and projects that launched on the Launchpad. That is all they are, as a starting point. Those projects have nothing to do with CardStarter. They did what they did. Whatever happened, happened. But the fact that you're talking about, oh, there's these other projects that they're connected to are part of a rug pull, yada, yada. These projects are building. They're actually building. Some of them are built. They're doing business like Charli. They're an Oracle. The Oracle works. They have a token. They're going to start nodes. Like, they have nothing to do with CardStarter's business. So I just wanted to put that information out before you started seeing a lot of FUD, which a lot of this is FUD. A lot of this is just they're mad because they made a bad investment and they're just looking and grabbing at whatever branch they can grab onto on the way to the ground because they made a bad investment. They made bad financial decisions. So Sorry about getting super passionate. Sorry about this video being so long, but I needed to look at what was going on and cover it in a fair way and just pick out the pieces that were legitimate, made sense, and the stuff that is just complete rage, like the racism towards India, just ridiculous. You can tell just from the racism that a lot of this stuff is just angry, bad investors. So thank you for checking out the video. Thank you for checking the channel. Hit the donation wallet if you have the heart and the funds, but your time and your love that you show for me is good enough. Thank you again. Hit the like, hit that share, hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.